Alright, hey, what is up guys? It's me, Eddie, and I am back with another episode of Katawa Shoujo. I know I'm really late, I'm really sorry. I had... let's just say there was stuff I need to do. I was stressing out the entire time about not being on time. And, unfortunately I was not. Oh my god, my hair's still wet. Oh god, this is not good with headphones. What a terrible way to start a stream. This is awful. This is actually awful. Okay, so... where were we? Okay, so what I recall, right, is that in order to get to the Rin route, we actually have to restart. And okay, so based on what I've seen, it doesn't actually matter all that much. I've seen, because you know how I said following the guide strictly to a T does not necessarily mean that you don't have to follow the guide to a T. I managed to get the Amy. I stumbled into the Amy route without actually, what do you call it? Without actually following everything on the list to a T. But basically, so what I'm trying to get at here is that I theoretically could just actually hold on. Cold War, exercise, famous words, phantom pain. Actually, wait, hold on. Is there? Okay, no. I think in order for me to get to the Rin route, I should probably... hold on. Hold on a sec, folks. The guide comes to the rescue once again. Man, it has been a hot while since I've been here. Mish, maybe looking at a person who talks to you, blah 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 blah. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guide, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. And okay. I can't think of anything really. Ooh, that means we've been good guides, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Well, I mean, you can't really argue with that. If you say so. Misha positively beams, and so does Shisune after a quick translation. I shake my head at their somewhat exaggerated enthusiasm and shift my focus on the food. Okay, we've seen this. Yes, meeting Kenji for the first time. So, something tells me I should play defensively. The guide says attack aggressive. This guide says attack aggressively. But I believe the other guide said... verify you are human? Oh my god. Gotta go through this song and dance. Defend. Yes! Oh, hello, welcome, second person. It's a trap. It's likely she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense setup, and I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Hold on, I realized my volume's a little too loud. Boop, there we go. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. Wahaha, Hee-chan, you lost when we're playing Risk allowed me to take North America. I mean Shi-chan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can attack it from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hee-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition, ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hee-chan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hee-chan. Damn, what's it to her if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. Wow. 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 I wondered if you'd even be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I won't have to worry about joining or not in that case. Giving up like that, I expected more of you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Honestly, yeah, that would work on me. Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't take that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hee-chan, you're not just saying that to make us feel better. Oh. Yeah, I'm just not sure I want to. Aww. Wow. Okay, Hee-chan, but we're not gonna give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance he'll come around. Oopsies. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk and maybe one day you could beat me unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Wahaha, surely you're not horrible at board games. Maybe you could play a game, you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have just said that just to make you feel better after all. Oh, that's cold. Wow, he saw. Don't be mean. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. Okay, Lily! Lily. What kind of monster would choose this? She is cute, damn it. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I've already started on one of those books I borrowed yesterday and took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. Yeah, that's smart. I find the page that I crease the corner of the mark to... wait, hold back. I find the page that I creased a corner of to mark the spot I left yesterday night and pick up from there. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I joined them, I'd get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who needs to hear what they are talking about. But why she does tend to sign everything even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said, or even more strangely, when Shizune is not around at all. What an odd conflict of habits. Top habit. Oh, Hisao. Oh my god. I just remembered how like cold Hisao could be earlier chapters. Find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so heading down for the cafeteria. Huh. AV. God. First. That's great. I want to... Oh, different text. We have to run now. There's an important student council meeting regarding the festival, and we finally decided where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for student council members. We can take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? Wahahaha. The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck, literally. I should get going as well. Oh, we're actually getting a little different. The lunch and afternoon class pass on eventfully. I read most of the book I started yesterday and eat some of the mostly inedible offerings of the cafeteria. The class is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. The way he teaches is really bizarre. Have I seen this? Rin, we're going on your route. Maybe. No, I mean... He gives me a nasty sort of look when I say that, making me try to take back the word. Why would you ever say that? Oh, it's because I feel like this would help me better. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to the school. I'll promise to try, though. You're not being very convincing there, Hisao. Tip number 1. Medical professionals are not amused if you take their advice lightly. What's up with him? As if a day or two would make any more of a difference. I didn't do anything at the hospital either. Yeah, okay, sorry. He studies me for a moment, then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. Aw. Rin. Yes! You're painting! Seems a bit stupid, but I suppose at least this way I could tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not as much of a runner. Can't hurt to try, I guess. Amy! I feel awkward in comparison to Amy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple laps today, and slow to walk pretty quickly. Amy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Interesting. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Heh, yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Amy nods and grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is you started, right? I'll keep that in mind. I think I'll go get ready. Class, shouldn't you? Amy shrugs unconcernedly. Now I've got plenty of time. I know she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah. See ya. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape, it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. Oh. Nice fig leaf. That scene. Rin's path. I'm sorry, Lily. I'm feeling tired, so I set my alarm clock to wake me up as late as I could afford while still making it to the first class. Morning jogs. I make a resolution to make up for it by going for a walk after school tomorrow. Amy won't care either way, I bet. I wake up and take a hot shower. It's alright, I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days. Oh. Is it something that related to you being transferred here? I mean... She cuts herself off rather abruptly. Okay. I guess I have to go back and get some. Stay because I like watching Rin paint, and because I have nothing better to do. I sit on a box and pick up from today's book from my bag. It's a story about 3 guys drinking beer for 2 weeks straight and doing little else. I think, folks, this is where it starts. I think we're finally on the Rin route. The Rin moves from the spot that was in need of the blue and slowly starts working on another. Her foot works the brush steadily against the plastered wall, layers of paint on top of layers of paint. The mural slowly gains more form. I turn the pages at a leisurely pace. In this chapter, they are drinking beer at the protagonist's friend's place. In the previous ones, it was the protagonist's own apartment. Not a page-turner of a book, a slice of someone's imaginary life that makes me wonder why it had to be written. That does sound kind of boring. Why indeed? The reason for doing something creative, it's something incomprehensible. What do you mean? It's about bringing beauty to the world. That's what. Like, why Rin does paintings? It feels like she and Amy are the same, going squarely against her fate as if it's just out of spite. It's called being based. Rin even said something like that. Do something you can't just because you can. Might be Amy's. Comes out as a quite headstrong person. Rin doesn't give off that kind of an air. Thinking about it with her, she doesn't give off any kind of air, or maybe a different kind every time I talk with her. Why does she say what she said? Does she, or anyone at all, paint or draw or sculpt or write? Never had much of a creative impulse, so I really don't think I can understand it. Makes me feel hollow inside. What a grim thought. I can't decide whether it's true or not either. Am I content being this way? I can't deny I'm a little envious of Rin, but I can't really consider it a flaw of any kind. I'm myself and she is herself. Still, I do need to find something that could make me feel a little less lost about myself instead of just drowning myself in these books as I did in the hospital. Write your own books! Write your own books! What do you mean you don't have a creative pulse? You like books? Isn't that creative? Kind of? Well, that's me talking though. I can't help but feel disoriented. This new school, lifestyle, and people around me contribute heavily to this sensation. I'm trying my best to fit into existing social circles, and most of the people I've met have been really nice. Still feels like I'm an outsider though, like I don't belong. I shake the feeling off, realizing that I'm spacing out. I've neither turned a page of the book nor done anything for Rin. She's trying to pour some paint from a big can using only her feet, having not bothered to ask me. Or maybe she did, and I didn't hear it. Either way, it looks very unstable. I quickly jump to help her, as it looks like she's about to spill the entire contents of the can all over the pavement. I take the can from her feet and pour some in the bowl. She doesn't say anything, and neither do I. I catch a glimpse of her eyes looking silently at me from her unkept bangs. It's an unreadable expression, a perfect poker face. As usual, Perrin, mixed with a hint of something like mild surprise. I wonder what she's thinking. Maybe she is wondering about what I'm thinking. Maybe nothing. Penny for your thoughts? Do you have any pennies with you? I don't think so. Then I don't think I will tell. I'm not thinking anything either, so you're in luck. Except now I just did. Oh god, Rin, you are awesome. She frowns, looking very unsatisfied. It's hard not to think about anything, but it's important. I had to ask why it's important when some old guy walks up to us looking like he has some business with Rin. Good afternoon, how's it going? I can make it. Rin doesn't take her eyes off the wall and responds so naturally that I can only assume they know each other. I haven't seen the man before, so naturally I wonder who he might be. Maybe a teacher. His hair has faded to a silvery gray so much that it looks artificially dyed. I hope that's not the case. Small round glasses hang on the bridge of his nose, but it appears he's constantly looking over the lenses rather than through them. He's studying the mural intently over said glasses. Good, good. What bold composition you have here. Let me close the door, just give me a sec. See? Told you it would be a literal second. Well, maybe not literal, but whatever. You know what? Smoke off on these tangents way too often. He moves to inspect the mural closer, talking to himself about it in a way that makes it obvious he wants us to hear it too. Very good indeed. I really don't know what to make of it, but Rin doesn't seem to care much. She's looking over around her working space, the various bowls of different tones scattered all over. Isao. A little more of this. Give me a second. I pour a 50-50 mix of two paints into a bowl to create more of the same pale pink tone Rin was using to fill up in the shape of the man's face. Rin watches me doing so, which makes me feel nervous somehow. Her face is so unassuming, it feels like she's waiting for me. It feels she's just waiting for me to do something wrong. The man turns to reckon me as well, looking surprised as if he noticed my presence only just now. Maybe he did. Why, hello there. Who might you be? Ah, I'm a transfer student to class 3, Hisao Nakai. Nice to meet you. Muto's class, eh? Well, I won't hold that against you. Birds. He laughs very loudly, obnoxiously loudly, as few small birds take flight from a nearby tree. I'm Shinichi Nomiya, the art teacher. So, this is the art teacher. In retrospect, I should have guessed that much. He even looks like one as far as first impressions go. Hey, how did you come to end up assisting my protege? I wish I knew. Ooh. Okay. We doing it? We doing it. I guess I'm a little interested in the art club. I blurted out, partially inadvertently. What do you mean? Nothing specific. Wonder if I could come by sometime, even if it's just to observe or something. I've been thinking lately that I should join some club or something, so... It's in no way a premeditated move, but a vague sense of determination has really been building inside of me for this past week. I want to do something. I want to belong somewhere. Might as well be the art club, my shortcomings notwithstanding. The teacher seems pleased. Oh, you want to join? We always welcome new people, of course. Club meetings are normal enough. We study various aspects of the fine arts and try our hands at them as well. Or feet. Gives an embarrassed cough, but Rin doesn't seem to mind. I take a small amount of comfort for the fact that I'm not the only one with vocabulary difficulties in this school. Nomiya rebounds from his foul pass by theatrically checking the time from his huge, gleaming pocket watch and slaps his forehead even more theatrically. I must take my leave now, but if you have any questions, I'm sure Tezuka can clarify. Hold on, let me go do something real fast. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. Okay. Where was I? Nomiya, I must take my leave now, but if you have any questions, I'm sure Tezuka can clarify. Somehow, mentioning clarify and Rin in the same sentence doesn't feel right. However, I don't say as much to the teacher, since he seems to be in a hurry. Tezuka, I'm pleased to see that this little project is going so well. I stopped by to remind you not to run off by yourself tomorrow. I've invited certain people to the festival for you, and I'm sure they'd like to meet you as well. I hope to see you on Monday then, Nakai. The teacher leaves and we are left by ourselves again. Rin is still painting as if nothing notable happened. Since nothing, in fact, did, I am left wondering what on earth is wrong with me. Art and I haven't worked well in the past, at least judging from the grades I used to have in middle school. Maybe a club will be different than an obligatory class. Who knows? I try to come up with something meaningful to ask about it, but to no avail. I'll just go to a club meeting and see how it goes. So he invited some people tomorrow just to check out your painting. He has a lot of art people friends. They like to talk about art. I think he wants me to talk about art with them. Somehow I have the feeling that you aren't too thrilled about it. Rin shrugs non-committally, but it still gives the impression of her general displeasure at the idea of having to discuss her paintings, or any painting, with other people. I really don't like talking about art. It already is a way to talk without talking, so why bother talking about it? I can understand that. I mean, talking about art is fun, but because it's like a conversation, right? But yeah, it's a good point. It's like some things are better left unsaid. It's like being bored and talking about being bored because you are bored. I'm not following you. I follow you. Have you ever talked about being bored? It's pointless and not very exciting. All you can really say about it is, I'm so bored. I want to spend a week of trying to think of something meaningful to say about boredness. It was the most boring week I've ever had. But that's pretty fitting, don't you think? Rin gives me a look, the laconic kind that looks like it doesn't mean anything, but it does. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I rarely come up with anything to say about art. I mean, like this one you're doing right now. I have no idea what to think about, except that it looks nice. What is this painting about? It's not about anything at all. That's what I'd like to say, so I did. But that was a small lie. I said it anyway because I would kind of like it to be true. Teach wanted me to do this, but I didn't have any ideas. I tried to have some, but nothing happened. So now this is a painting without any ideas. But what are you painting then? No idea. Come to think of it, I think I'll call this No Idea. Ah, now I started thinking again. This is bad. Ugh. Oh my god, this fucking girl. She shakes her head vigorously for a while, trying to thinking out of her head. That amber red hair flies wildly around. This is why I had Amy help me. She makes it easy not to think about anything. You know, just how she talks about nothing for hours, it's like her head is made of bubblegum foam bath jelly. You're kind of the same, but not really. It's very helpful if you stay here. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. It's probably neither, with Rin being the overtly neutral person she is. So is there anything specific you'd like me to do to make you not think? Just be. So without knowing what I should do, I sit on an empty box to watch her continue with the painting, idly leafing the pages of the beer-drinking book. Rin has a serene expression on her face, the dark green eyes hiding what she might think behind them. No way, she's supposedly not thinking about anything. Right? She quietly hums to a tune, interrupting every now and then with polite requests for more paint or another kind of brush. But aren't you thinking about painting, Rin? Her concentration is admirable, even though she seems to be sleep-deprived and under pressure to finish the job. Inch by inch, the painting gains more form, detail being added on top of details, colors intertwining with each other, filling the empty spaces, growing on top of each other. I find myself thinking about inspiration and motivation to create art again. Where does one get ideas? They don't come out of nowhere, and I don't think there are muses that magically inject some inspiration in your head. Ideas have an origin and a purpose. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that Rin is lying about her mural. Or at least twisting the truth. Maybe she doesn't even realize it herself. You can't do anything creative without having an idea of what you are going to create. That would go against the definition. Every stroke must be decided to be drawn. Even if it's made at random, then that too is a conscious decision. So her painting, even this one, must be based on having some deliberate goal or idea of what to paint. You should tell her that. If Rin's idea is to have no idea, as she said, does that count as having an idea? A logical paradox. That seems to be Rin's modus operandi for the most normal interaction, so it wouldn't surprise me if she hadn't even noticed this herself. I wonder if I should bring it up, but I'm not sure if I want to engage in an argument about logic with this girl. Why? It seems fun. One of us would probably end up short-circuiting fairly quickly, so I discard the thought. Weak! Rin is squirming and shuffling restlessly. Dear God. Hold on. Sorry. My room does not smell very good right now because of stuff going on downstairs. I'm back. Okay, hopefully that is the end of it. Sorry. I shouldn't let the outside world... I shouldn't let the outside world disturb us this much, but... Anyways. Rin is squirming and shuffling restlessly. Even her usual blank visage breaks occasionally into pretty difficult-looking expressions, the kind you don't come up with accidentally. Everything alright? Yes, no. My back started hurting again. That's not good. This painting is too big after all, and it's hard to paint in this position. Want to take a break? After I finish this part. Of course, she doesn't take a break, and I don't bring it up again because that will be completely and utterly pointless. You're starting to talk like Rin. Rin continues her work, and I stay with her. I like to watch her paint, and I'm going to be a member of the same club as she's in now. When she decides the mural to be finished, it's already so dark that I have no idea how she can tell. There's no celebration, no general sense of a job well done, just a tired and laconic, I'm done, and then we both go to sleep. The next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping in as late is fine since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window, I can already see some people at... Well, I joined the art club, so I guess I'll go with them. You did what? I joined the art club. Man, that was a bad move. Really bad. You don't know what kind of girls are there in the art club. Troubled, angsty cuties who will tear your heart out and eat it raw. That sounds kind of hot. Well, I know one art club member. I really don't see Rin suddenly becoming a psychotic murderer. That seems unlikely. Don't say that. Don't fool yourself. You have no idea what you're dealing with there. Man, they're the worst kind. Don't you say that about literally everyone, Kenji? They drag you in with all this fancy-pantsy shit, and when you least expect it, bam! Bam what? Kenji seems slightly phased at my skepticism, but not any less loony. It doesn't matter. Tread carefully, man. Tread carefully. He fingers his scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he is trying to start a fire. Then slowly begins to calm down once a panic attack finishes running its course. I'm gonna have to find some place to hide in, like a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself so I don't have to experience this horrible day. The happy hubbub of the crowd greets me as I push myself through the door and step outside. School grounds were transformed into the festival grounds over yesterday and this morning. Colorful stands lined at the main walkways from my main entrance to the school building. Some people are still carrying stuff to and fro, but behind most counters are relaxed students who look like they are good to go. Most of the other students have been up early to finish the preparations. A feeling of guilt passes through me, but it soon goes away. Hold on, let me bring this a little bit closer. And turn the volume down in exchange. I'm just a lowly transfer student after all. Some visitors are already strolling the grounds. There's some young families with the perturbed parents trying to keep up with their over-enthusiastic offspring, a few students of our own accompanied by their parents, and a lot of young and old people who are here for no reason I can imagine. The Carillion butt bursts into life, and the principal's squeaky voice announces the opening of the festival over the PA system. Everyone applauds politely, if a bit unenthusiastically. School festival. We didn't have any festivals at my old high school. What the hell? That sounds awful. It feels kind of old-fashioned, especially considering the school I came from, but it's still somewhat exciting. A day off feels sweet after the first week of hard work, despite me lying on the hospital bed for 4 months prior to this. I recall even wishing that I could go to math lessons during my stint at the hospital. I can't imagine the program for the festival, even though Muto went through during the class just the other day. I step off the dorm steps, intending to take a tour around the grounds to see all the stuff the others have set up, but I only make it to the bottom of the stairs. A few people are studying Rin's mural on the wall, while the artist herself is lounging on the sidelines, leaning against the wall and looking extremely bored and mildly under the weather. Good morning. Hello. How's it going? Nowhere. I'm stuck. What do you mean, stuck? I mean, I can't walk stuck. I think my legs are out of order because of yesterday. Does it hurt? It's hard to say, maybe. The strain of working on the mural was greater than she let me know. I thought it was just a bit of tired muscles or something. I meant to ask further, but Rin swiftly moves on to another topic. Teacher's friends came by. Then they headed into town for lunch and asked me to go. It was a good thing my legs hurt so much. But you're stuck sitting here, that's not good. I'll just wait till I can walk again. It should be either sooner or later if you think about it for a while. Teacher was happy that I finished the mural. He should be. But I wonder if it's finished. After all. Ooh. You're like the deep type of artist, I see. Oh. I thought yesterday I'd done everything, but I'm not sure anymore. Well, actually, I don't know. I do get that, though. Sometimes, like, I do have a book that I finished, like, a while back, and now I'm like, I don't know if I don't know. If I would rewrite that book, I would change so much. Then there are old projects you have that are like, I don't know, I don't like them that much, I wouldn't change anything. And then you got old projects that are like, nah, that was perfect. Finished or not, the mural looks great in broad daylight. Various human body parts repeated over and over in a wildly mutating, mostly disfigured variety are the main element. They are rough looking, as if thoughtlessly placed and rudimentally painted, but a great deal of thought and care has gone into each and every one of them. Does this have a frog growing out of his head? That looks like a fish. It's a goldfish. How does that look like a frog? Okay, I guess I could kinda say it. Well, that's a fish, come on. Whoa. Damn. What's that? It's nothing. Titties. Anyway. The wall is so wide, I have to turn my neck from side to side to see the entire painting. More. Interesting. It's hard to consider as a single piece. The elements don't seem to fit together, but I guess they do create some kind of a whole. Abstract as it is, I have no idea what it's supposed to be portraying, but it looks nice. That's enough for me. I'm gonna be honest here, that's how I treat like a lot of abstract art. I don't get it, but it looks cool, so I guess it's... when it comes to like actually analyzing art, I'm a lot better with more traditional types. I guess that's just my personal taste. Abstract art, it looks cool. That's it. It looks cool. Well, that's not true. Abstract art can come in a variety of ways. Like, I feel like that one Picasso painting of the bombing in Spain is pretty straightforward, not much interpretation to it. I settle myself next to Rin, leaning against the wall like she does. The happy noise of the festival are becoming louder and louder as more and more folks enter the grounds. The dorms are far from the main attraction in the main building and the stands around the courtyard, so the visitors have not found their way here yet. A somewhat bored expression settles on Rin's face, making her look detached from everything that's going on around her. She's being awfully quiet. I wonder if she's in pain. So, what did the art people say about your mural? My question wakes Rin from her daydreaming. She lazily turns her face towards me. I'm not sure. Didn't pay attention? I think they liked it. Maybe they did. What about you? Are you happy with the mural? Because I kind of participated. It'd be terrible if you're because I kind of participated. It'd be terrible if you're unhappy. Rin tilts her head, biting her lower lip. Oh no! What's wrong? I think it came out decently. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It just is. I guess I'm alright at being empty-minded. This is the first time I've seen Rin, like, make an expression that's not neutral but sort of judging you, and smug. Wow. Okay. Can I ask something else? What does the painting really portray? I thought about it yesterday when you said it doesn't portray anything. But that's a logical fallacy, isn't it? You can't make something out of nothing, not even art. Rin frowns and turns her head back towards the crowds. I don't know. I am not really good at explaining things. It's just a mural. There's nothing special to it. I said it already. She sounds annoyed at my inquiries. I didn't know what I'd paint, so I decided to just paint just a mural. It's a mural that portrays a mural. No, wait. I thought of a better way to portray it. It portrays itself. It insists upon itself. So it is muralness at the maximum, at least as far as I can do. So if you think it has some meaning, I think it's the same as this one has. That makes no sense. Hi, I got you a pie. Oh boy, what flavor? Pie flavor. Meaning, I can feel the corners. Yeah, that's the logic we got here. I feel the corners of my mouth turning upwards into a smile that's just a tiny bit bothered. Oh, this other end. I've never understood art in the deepest meaning of the word. You like books. That's art. I get the basics, like how art is supposed to only be a means for exchanging ideas and thoughts. However, I've never learned how I should interpret a piece of art or to somehow divine with what the artist intends to say through it. Well, have you ever heard of the phrase, death of the author? I know it's not any special skill, but somehow my brain can never connect art with anything else than what I see. All I see is a mural. Well, then Rin succeeded, I guess. I can admire the technical skill, after all. Even I know the difference between bad art and mediocre art and good art. And that's as far as I could go, so don't ask me about meanings, Rin. Her reply sure made me reluctant to ask about it any further either. So what are you doing when you get on your feet? Nothing. Nothing. What's the festival? Don't you want to go have some fun? I'm fine like this. You don't like socializing much, do you? I think I'm arguing more for her than myself at this point. It's not that I'm particularly thrilled about the festival either. Just a bit curious to see what it's like, and that's about it. Her answer is unsurprising. No, I don't. I guess me neither in the end. You should go if you want to. I know, but I could keep you company. I'm not used to this just yet, so it's okay to take it easy. I can leave though if you want to be alone. I like it if you are here. We circle around each other with words, but we eventually end up somewhere. Her saying that makes me feel oddly happy, so I stay. Her presence is something I like too. The odd, warm aura of serenity that she seems to emanate makes it comfortable to be silent. I really like that. We watch people walk by, the two of us silent, everyone else chattering happily among themselves. Students are leading their families to the dorms to show their rooms. They pass us and the mural, maybe glance at it once or twice. I pay less attention to them, and more to my companion, trying to figure my way past her cryptic, unreadable wall of the face. Rin's eyes flicker restlessly from one person to another as they walk by. Is she waiting for people to stop at the mural, maybe secretly hoping someone would comment on it? I don't think anyone would assume she was the artist. We're sitting here like a pair of hobos after all, and she doesn't even have hands. I wonder if it's even Rin's style to fish for compliments. She seems so aloof. Most people walk by, some of them pointing their fingers at the mural, exchanging words that I can't make out. Someone drops a snow cone on his shoe. Too bad for him. Everyone seems to like it. You really did become more like Rin very quickly, Hiso. I suggested tentatively, throwing in a topic in the stale summer air separating us. Rin doesn't answer it right away, but by now, I'm mostly used to her occasional slowness when she must talk. It's like she must take great care in picking her words, which is really unbelievable when you consider the jumble that comes out of her mouth. That's what makes her based. I wanted to make it so that you can just look at it without thinking. Then I realized that it doesn't make any sense, so it became a mix of this and that. From far away, it looks like someone vomited on a herd of butterflies on the wall, which is exactly what the obnoxious present person didn't want. Is that word that? What word? Shizune? That. What is a word for more than one butterfly? Butterflies? No, like a herd or a school or a heap. I don't know, a flock? Well, actually, that's a good question, Rin. Maybe people like butterfly vomit. Rin looks at her mural, looking surprisingly unhappy. What's wrong? Aw, don't say that. The middle could be better. Usually I like in-betweens, but this was a pain in my butt. Not literally, of course. Then again, I did get that too. I guess it was literally after all. Don't be so critical of yourself. She looks at me funnily, but shuts up. At this point, I start thinking if I should really leave and do something more constructive with my Sunday. This is a pinnacle of social failure. A whole free day, a festival right outside my doorstep, and what do? Sit here with Rin, two bystanders with nothing to do except to think what a pity it is just to be a bystander. Even realizing how pitiful it is, I don't do anything. I don't stand up and take off for a day of fun. Shuffle, shuffle. Fidget, shuffle. Rin is shuffling about restlessly, constantly swinging one leg over the other knee and then back again. She has a very irritated look on her face. Is something wrong? Yes, no, yes. She suddenly hops on her feet. It's surprising. I thought she was rendered immobile, but apparently that's not the case. I have to go find Amy or someone. I need help with something. I can help you. No, it's okay. One of us has to stay here in case something happens. Don't be ridiculous. Nothing even remotely interesting has happened since I came here, except the guy who dropped a snow cone on his foot. Let me help you since I'm bored. So, what is it? Rin's lips flatten tightly against each other into an almost perfectly horizontal line. She closes her eyes and draws in a deep breath. When she opens her eyelids, the frightening stern look in her dark eyes take me aback. Hisao, you might not want to hear this, or maybe you do. I don't know, but it doesn't matter, and even if you did, you are not leaving me any choice. Oh. I'm having my period. Oh. And I need some help regarding that. However, I don't feel that our relationship is yet on the level where I can allow you to pull down my underwear down on the girl's toilet, even if you offer to. That's why you should stay here and while I go and look for Amy. As blood rushes to my cheeks like the rising tide, my brains try to desperately search for an answer, but the only thing I can think of is how that was the most coherent thing I have ever heard coming out of Rin's mouth during these 4 days I've known her. Okay, that's actually kind of... Yes. Not wanting to meet Rin's eyes, I turn my face aside, pretending I'm looking at someone's parents. From the corner of my eye, I see Rin turning on her heel and walking off without further ado. I feel like I'm going to hide under some rock. I wonder how long Rin will be gone, or if she will return at all. She does return eventually, appearing seemingly out of nowhere and sitting back down to where she was, next to my place. I'm back. Wait, so what happened in Amy's route? I'm back. She says it flatly, like my blunder never happened. I'd prefer to forget the whole matter as well, so I keep quiet. Oh. Time passes in standstill. The sun gleams from the high above the main building. It hits me directly in the eyes, but I just squint instead of moving. In a bit, it becomes painful to keep my eyes open a little, and my temples start aching. Why are you doing this? My head hurts. I think this day gave me a headache. Can you believe it? Are you hungry? How's that related to a headache? It's not. I ask because I am. Her oblivious seriousness melts my irritation with its ridiculousness, and I find the corners of my mouth turning slightly upwards again. You know what? So am I. I'll go get some food for us. What do you want? My treat. Doesn't matter. Returning with the food, I give one portion to Rin, taking the other for myself, and we dig in without a word. Rin looks outward, fork hanging out of the corner of her mouth. What are clouds? I always thought that they were thoughts of the sky or something like that, because you can't touch them. Cloud bubbles. Huh. You thought like that when you were a kid. No, last week. Maybe because sometimes I feel like clouds. My thoughts feel like clouds, fluffy and white and slow. Like the sky was in my mind, like my mind was in the sky. The sky of your mind. Close your eyes and think of the sky. You won't be able to think of anything else until you stop. Well, define stop for a second, right? Does it count as stopping thinking of the sky if I stop thinking of the sky and start thinking about something else and my mind just wanders? Or does it only... Or is this just more Rin weirdness and she's saying that as long as you think of the sky, you will think of the sky? A dragon appeared! Wow! I try it. It works. Magic? Opening my eyes, I see Rin studying me with her eyes. It feels uncomfortable because she doesn't say anything. I turn away. Clouds are water, evaporated water. You know, they say almost all water in this world will at some point of existence be part of a cloud. Almost? You mean there's some water that won't? Also, conversely, every drop of water that has been in your body has likely been a cloud at some point. Every drop of tear and blood and sweat that comes out of you, it'll be a cloud. All the water inside your body, too. It goes up there sometime after you die. It might take a while, though. Your explanation is better than any of mine. Because it's true. I mean, yeah, that's just a fact. That must be it. And carry on eating the food before it gets cold. Something tells me you already knew that, Rin, but you decide to think of funny stuff anyway, which is very based. The wall offers me a bit of a blessed shade as the sun revolves around the dome of the sky. But the afternoon is already making its way for the evening, so our lunch becomes more of a dinner. Or whatever the word is for a regular meal like this. If you're having, like, yeah, if you're having lunch at, like, 3 or 4. Right? Like 3 or 4. Despite what I decide to call it, it certainly hits the spot. I haven't eaten a bit since forever. Yeah, I guess you're eating at like 4 or something. My appetite filled, I let out a satisfied sigh. Rin hasn't eaten all of hers, but seems to be done with her food as well. I lean back, taking in the atmosphere. The crowd has thinned already, but the activities are still going. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. And why not? It's warm, the kind of perfect summer day, when it's not too hot, but not too hot, but when it's hot, but not too hot for comfort. The sun will set soon. Time has really flown by. Oh boy. You see, even those days can be hell if you're supposed to, like, exercising outside. We've been sitting here for 6 hours. Yes, we have. Do you want to do something else now? No, not really. Me neither. She adjusts her position and leans against the wall, and I follow her lead, relaxing my own body. For minutes on end, we sit there without saying a word. It's kind of interesting. Like, I suppose it's partially due to the fact that every time we choose a route, were affecting Hisao's personality slightly, right? But it really does feel like Hisao is a slightly different person in each and every one of them. The crowd swells to and fro, with people happily chattering with each other. Very few people pay real attention to the mural, even less to us. I fiddle with a few odd pebbles absent-mindedly. The act of doing something just for the sake of doing something, the pinnacle of idleness. Inch by inch, the sun creeps lower and lower towards the tree line, changing the color of the sky close to the horizon from a golden yellow to orange and red as a moment of sunset draws near. I feel like my stomach is filled with lead after eating so heavily, but the brick wall feels surprisingly comfortable against my back. I try to fight against a drowsy feeling that is overwhelming me, to no avail. I wake up with a start. A low boom reverberates the school grounds, after images of bright sparks flash in my vision like stars. Something rises towards the skies from the direction of the sports field. A tail of fire trails behind it until a burst of red and yellow flame lights the sky high above the school with another boom. Fireworks. The sun flash of light against the canvas of the night sky awakens me to realize it's actually dark already. Fell asleep. How long did I sleep? I feel groggy and I can't feel my right arm. As I attempt to flex it, I realize why. Rin is leaning heavily against my shoulder, almost falling on my lap. She's fast asleep, not even fazed by the fireworks. Why don't you wake her? The fireworks! Her mouth is slightly open, and her eyes are peacefully closed, a sleeping, childlike face of the innocent. I shake Rin gently with my free arm, trying to wake her, or failing that, move her so my other arm is liberated from its pinch. Rin's face twitches and her eyelids shut tighter, as if to resist against waking up. She gradually opens her eyes, but keeps them half closed, letting the light from the fireworks sneak past her eyelashes so that her green irises mirror the bright flashes of the explosions, then looks up at me and frowns. Just a while longer, okay? Rin's voice is drowsy and slow, leaving her almost unintelligibly... Oh, it's because she's sleep-deprived. I remember. Unintelligibly muttered words hanging lazily in the air. Seems she's not entirely aware of the situation. Rin's head drops back on my shoulder as she leans against me with all her weight. She snuggles against my side, trying to make herself comfortable, but making me feel very uncomfortable at the same time. I become intensely, almost painfully aware of Rin's warm body and the deep, peaceful movement of her chest against my arm, her breathing soon returning to the even rhythm. I can't help admiring her gift for sleeping or the ease of mind of hers to use someone she has known for less than a week as a pillow. The rockets rise up to the sky one at a time, breaking into flowers of red, green, and gold, accompanied by the oohs and ahs of the audience. I try to Rin's disconcerting proximity out of my mind for what can I do about it. I hope her short while really is that. One by one, the glittery bursts are born and die in the blink of an eye, coloring the dark sky into a constantly changing abstract painting. I listen to the low booms of the explosions and Rin's quiet breathing, trying to clear my own head of the post-wakening disorientation. Thankfully, just a while really proves to be just a while as Rin stirs from her slumber and wakes up again before the fireworks are over. I fell asleep. She finally opens her eyes and blinks a few times. You fell asleep on top of me, twice. You didn't like it. Well... Despite the inconclusive stammering, Rin sits upright, drawing herself away from me. Well, you are heavy. Wow, don't say that. It's a lie. She weighs next to nothing, but I have to get a jab at her, even if it's under the belt. My mock protest fails to draw any reaction as Rin's attention is drawn upwards to the flashes of the fireworks. She seems hypnotized by the colorful play of the explosions. A slight tingling sensation goes up and down in my arm as blood starts to circulate again. It's unpleasant, but it helps me get rid of this dizzy feeling. More and more rockets rise up to the sky, the bright colors of their explosions reflecting from the clouds. Both of us stare at the fireworks fixedly through the canopy of the trees, enthralled by the snow. You'd get a vastly better view of the sky even if we moved a couple of yards, but neither of us bothers to even suggest it. I really do like fireworks, even though looking at them makes me feel kind of sad, I think. It's like they want you to look at them so bad they are loud and bright, but when someone looks, they are already gone. It's like they are not even real. Aw, Rin! They are real. I can tell you that. Am I still too loud? I realized I could also decrease the in-game volume. They are real. I can tell you that. All this is real, you know? If you think about it, nothing really lasts for long. Even something like my life or yours is just a blink of an eye in the history of everything. Just like one of those rockets. Poof! And we're gone. That's true. That's surprisingly deep, Hisao. I like that. We're here, aren't we? It's true. Yeah, this is reality. Rin sitting next to me, the loud bangs of the fireworks, and the vast, unlimited sky. These things are definitely real, even though they won't stay here forever. I feel warm inside, and I just wonder if it's because Rin is so close to me, or just the feeling of being alive. I don't really know what I should say next. It's alright, maybe I'm just talking to myself. But you know, fireworks are pretty, but in the end, it isn't somehow silly to spend so much money on a fraction of a second. On a second worth of pretty sparkles? That's not true. Well, by that same logic, what's the point of living? 80 years is nothing in the grand scheme of things. All of human history goes like 5,000 years. What's 80 years at that? Heck, 5,000 years? That's nothing compared to... Most of human history is unrecorded. And even that is a fraction of a second compared to, you know, the history of the universe. So, why not? At the end of the day, I think it's more about impact that gets you noticed. You could live for 1,000 years, but if you don't have an impact on the world, then it means nothing. Rin grips her gaze off the still ongoing spectacle and leans backwards, looking at me with a repulsed face. Wow, never expected you to be such a cynic. Yeah, you and me both, Rin. Cynic is a pretty harsh word. Rather than that, I think of myself as a realist. That's what all cynics say. Isn't realist just a word for what a cynic calls himself? Exactly. Exactly. The final rocket goes off with a bang of silver and blue, leaving the grounds eerily silent for a moment until the crowd starts moving towards the main gate, like a cattle herd. Wisps of gray smoke drift towards the dorms like from the sports field, the pungent, sulfurous smell of gunpowder. It carries along with them, feels like it sticks to my hair and clothes. Was that it? I think so. I stand up and stretch my sore back. Sleeping against a brick wall wasn't such a good idea after all. Yeah, you think? Rin stands up as well and turns to face me with an expectant gaze on her tired features. Although she seems to have trouble focusing her eyes, she is looking straight at me. Something I feel has not occurred too often in the past week. So... I suddenly realize we have been almost on a date here, as if by accident, even if we did nothing. But it wasn't, so why is blood rushing to my cheeks and my speech stammering? I don't know what I should say, especially since it seems Rin was waiting for me to say something, but luckily she solves my problem for me. Good night, Hisao. She gives me one more lingering look, measuring me from tip to toe, turns around on her heel, and skips off, disappearing into the crowd. Okay. Good night. I'm left standing there, given my response to the cooling night air. Ah. The festival turned out to be nothing like I expected. I ended up spending all day in one spot with Rin, either though neither of us agreed nor suggested that we do anything. I just didn't have anything better to do, and evidently neither did she. Rin's warmth lingers for a while longer in my body before disappearing into the falling night. Whoa! What? Act 2. Disconnect. We are officially on the Rin route, folks. Okay. So, rather short stream today, but I think that is a pretty good place to leave it off. What do you think? Oh god, again, I'm really sorry for coming by lately, guys. And I'm also, also sorry about how, some of the, I had to leave a few times. Sorry, there's just eggs downstairs. Ugh. We got it, we got her first. Okay. Okay. Man. We're getting there. Okay. Rin's interesting. The last but not least, Katawa Shoujo girl. Okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. I really like that. Really makes you think. I did talk to some people from the fandom, obviously avoiding spoilers, and they said, I started talking to them the day I finished Rin's route. Well, no, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people in the fandom. I've been talking to people all over the place, and they said, you know, Lily. So I remember just like I think a couple days ago, I was like, oh yeah, you know, Lily's best girl, blah blah blah. I just have to start Rin's route. I'm really excited for that, and like I think you're gonna like Rin's route. So again, I'm really excited for this, and yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else? Okay, so future schedule. I have no idea how the future schedule is gonna be, but yeah. I'll probably finish Katawa Shoujo. I really need to play Steins Gate, Linear Bonded Phonogram, that one. Is there anything else I need to do? Nothing that I see, I think. Again, I don't know if, Fate Stay Night. Maybe I should at least do the Saber route. Maybe. Like, I'm not doing Rin or Sakura's route on stream. Obviously. Because that would take way too long. But, because they already have very good adaptations. But, debatable. Project Zomboid. Man, I don't know. Maybe I should play Devil May Cry. I haven't played that yet. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that video, folks. If you did, please leave a like, a subscribe, and a comment down below if you haven't done so already. And make sure to smash that bell, because that way you can get notified whenever I go live, whenever I stream, whenever I record, upload, premiere, blah, 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 blah. And that is that. The sky is up, and you guys are awesome. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.